I was wondering.
What are you wondering?
Why you were going up there by yourself? You were going to leave me out of the show this week? You can't leave me.
I was trying to put you in solo, so I'd come in and you just be there. But basically, just want to say, hey, Sassy, how are you? How's it going? Are you ready? Are you ready for? Now we got a great trip, and we're not going to necessarily take a plane this time. Where we have to go, we're going to have to go by sea, Sassy.
Oh, so, by sea?
We're going by sea, so that's the beauty of it. We have to get on a ship, Sassy, and we're going. We're going to we're going to be going on a sea here. So this is going to be the cruise, but we want to say hello to everybody in the chat. So I'm going to go ahead and have my friend Ace. Can you go ahead and give us a look? See, Ace, see who's in that chat over there. There you go. Check out that chat. Okay, awesome. So who do we have, Sassy?
Oh, let me scroll up so I can see. I don't want to miss anybody.
We got Umpty Scratch.
Okay, well, you do it then.
No, I'm just starting Umpty Scratch. I don't know if you've seen him.
Yeah, I did, but I was going to start from the top and work my way down.
Oh, well, then, by golly, then can you start from the top and work your way down?
That's what I'm trying to do.
Oh, all right.
Okay, so we have the Culinary Trapper. We have King Bob, Umpty Scratch, Tat 79, Ginger Pops, Nancy, Christina Payne, and I think that's it. I think I got Bearded Barbarian is in here. What?
Gem Pops is
in here. What up?
Oh yeah, boys. Cisco. And we have Sunshine Toys. Welcome, Sunshine Toys. Appreciate it. But guys, yeah, we're gonna have to get going. So we're gonna make sure everything's packed. You got some ponchos, okay? So we're gonna get this rolling. So Sassy, we're gonna have to cue that intro because, like I said, we got to get on that ship. You know what I'm saying? Booyah! Hey, did you like that in there?
I did. That was awesome. That's a nice little touch there.
Well, that logo was helped, somebody in the chat there, Miss Nancy.
Yeah.
So yeah, boy. She helped reached out and she kind of said, hey, can I help with this and this and this? Because I kind of had an idea, but mine was with red shoes and I had all this stuff. She's all, what about giants? I was like, sweet. So guys, if you want, definitely, like I said, if you're looking for some logo stuff, hit up Nancy. I know she's working out dealing with prices and stuff like that, but you never know what she might be able to do for you.
That's right.
But that's also, great when people in the community have the ability to do stuff and you learn how to do stuff and you help each other out.
That's right.
Like Christina Payne always says, spread the love. Spread the love. But anyways, we got a show today, Sassy, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We're bringing on a guest, a lot of energy. Now, you guys don't want to make him mad because he carries a sharp axe. He definitely carries a sharp axe. But we're going to have to take that boat, Sassy. So like I said, that journey.
Wait, before we get on the boat, there's a couple more people that came in the chat. I don't want them to feel that we left them out.
Well, yeah, definitely.
So Cody's here from Popular Opinion.
Your opinion. The guns.
We have Marvelous Collectibles. Yes, and Kelly.
And Marvelous Collectibles, guys. Just so you know, Marvelous Collectibles. If you get a chance to drop his link, he is close to 200. When he gets to 200, he's got a great giveaway. He's wanting to give stuff away, guys.
So Melly Mel, hello.
11 away.
11. Oh yeah, we could do that tonight.
So definitely check that out. So like I said, Sassy, we usually take a plane, but we're gonna have to take a boat to go in this direction. Okay, so definitely want to make sure we do that. So let's get on that boat now.
I should have brought my raincoat.
Yeah, but you know you might dry off quick. You never know. So
you didn't tell me we were taking a boat.
Yeah, this is I don't know. Do you get seasick, Sassy? You get seasick?
I don't know. I haven't been on many boats.
So Sassy, we're bringing in a great guest today. I know you reached out and you said, "Hey, would you like to come on our show?" You secured it. Do you want to give a little intro about the Bearded Barbarian?
Yeah, let's go.
Do you have any? I mean, do you have anything to say? Like like anything in regards? All right, let me show you what we got here. Let me. I mean, do you have anything you want to like? Yeah, I met him a long time ago.
Oh, that's what you're trying to say. Okay. So Bearded Barbarian was one of the first people that encouraged me to start making videos. He was a very good friend to me and encouraged me and helped me anytime I had a question or if I needed any help. He was always there, willing to help. He tries to be funny, but he's a pretty funny guy. So hopefully y'all enjoy the show tonight.
Well, I think he's funny, so I want to kind of show right now today what we got going on here.
Barbarian! Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Can't get this box to cut open. Ah! 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 Help! Help! Help!
So there you have, guys. We have himself, Cleon, the Bearded Barbarian.
They reattached it. That's perfect.
Man, they do good work.
They do. They definitely do.
And how are you doing today, sir?
Hunter and Nightshade just came in.
Oh, Nightshade's in, huh?
Yeah, and Welsh Funko Hunter.
Oh, the Welsh Funko.
I'm doing very well. I'm glad that you took that boat from California to Virginia. I'm not exactly sure where the water is between those two places, but yeah, I'm glad you did that. That's great.
Well, the Pacific Ocean, Cleon.
You're trying to ruin it?
The Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
You went around the opposite way of the earth. You have terrible sense of direction. Terrible.
But we wanted a sense of adventure, not a sense of direction.
Right.
So that's why we decided.
The scenic route. Took the scenic route.
We took the scenic route because the freeways and the airports were crowded. So we decided.
It's overrated.
Yeah.
It is. Right.
So just saying hi once again to everybody. King Bob, will there be peanuts on this flight? Yes, there's honey roasted peanuts. If you're allergic to honey, Kelly Zufeld, hello, how are ya?
They don't put a lot of peanuts on planes anymore. A lot of allergies out there. I think they're giving out pretzels and gherkins and stuff like that now. I don't know.
Yeah,
gherkins.
Yeah, pickles.
So, Bearded Barbarian, we appreciate you taking the time out of your day. And to spend a little bit of time with us and just kind of educate us a little bit about the Bearded Barbarian, his hometown, where you might be, just things of that nature. And we will have a quiz today. Yes, Sassy?
Yeah.
And what do we do with the quizzes? So you're what?
Okay, so everybody's going to take a 10-question quiz, and the top 3 of the quiz gets put on a wheel. And at the end of the month, the beginning of next month, after all 4 of our shows for the month are played, then we will spin the wheel and somebody from the wheel wins a prize pack.
Now, last month it was Eric Fry, so he won. But like I said, we're giving stuff away, guys, and that's awesome. I think it's a little barbaric, but, hey, it is what it is. We're giving stuff away.
What was barbaric was asking me at the last minute to create this quiz, so I had to take time off from my job. That was the barbaric part.
Oh, no, we gave you plenty of time.
Right, yeah, you definitely did.
All right, so now we have, let's see here, Kelly says she's not that good at quizzes.
Yeah, me either.
So, Sassy, do we have a couple of questions lined up?
Oh, yeah. I got my clipboard.
Hello, Anthony Just Blaze. How are you, bud?
Got my clipboard ready to go. It's full of notes and questions. So,
Sweet.
you ready? You ready, sir?
No, sure.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm on the stand being cross-examined.
Raise your right hand. All right. So, how are you tonight, first of all?
I'm doing well. Things are going good. Here in Virginia, it's a little chilly, but not too bad. I'm glad. I appreciate you guys inviting me on. So hopefully people will have a lot of fun and learn all they can about me, which is my favorite subject. So I'm sure it's most people's too. So,
well, we'll see after tonight.
Yeah, right. Good point.
All right. So where are you from? It's not the whole state of Virginia, right?
No, I'm from a little city called Franklin. It's called a city, but in most places it would be called a corner because it's I don't know, 3,000, 4,000 people. So it's a little small suburb of nothing. We're sort of in between Richmond, Virginia, and Virginia Beach. So so yeah, little small town.
All right, and you say we. So who does we include?
All the citizens of Franklin. Oh, and myself and my wife. My wife and I live here together. She's tried to escape many times, but I won't let her leave. So it's just the two of us. She's got some older children and grandchildren, etc. But luckily, none of them in the house because they drive me crazy when they come. So there you go.
All right. So you don't have any of your own children?
I do not that I'm aware of. DNA test. I'm still waiting on the DNA test.
I mean, being a barbarian and all, I mean,
right.
Probably best to stay away from that, right?
Probably.
Yeah. Okay. So how long have you lived in Virginia?
I've lived here since I was 17. Now, again, you're trying to corner me into saying my age, I assume. So about 29 years, 28 and a half years, something like that. So for most of my life, but I can still consider myself a New Englander. I was born in New Hampshire and lived in Maine for many years. So, I guess a lot of people consider their early age of where they're from. So I guess I look at it like that.
So you're saying a New Englander, so I guess that means you're a Patriots fan?
Ah, yes. Isn't everyone? Even people that aren't from New England are Patriots fans. They just either admit to it or they just don't want to admit to it, but they really are. So yes, that is true.
Maybe more so now that Tom Brady's gone, but before, no.
Well, he's like a lot of old people. They retire to Florida. You know what I'm saying? So he decided to go on to Florida and, wear his white shoes and things like that. And that's great for him. Good for him.
Yeah. He may want to move to Sarasota. I heard that's like the Heaven's Waiting Gates or something like that.
Right. I'm sure that he's well on his way.
Well on his way. So you say you're married. How long have you been married?
Why'd you say I say I'm married?
Well,
is there no evidence?
Is there evidence?
Well, she is imaginary. So from that perspective, inside my head, she's real.
Sometimes I hear voices behind the camera, so I mean, I'm assuming she's real.
I can throw my voice. I was a ventriloquist early on, from my early on years. No, she is real. She tolerates me as best she knows how. But yeah, we've been married since. I keep getting this wrong. I hope she's not watching. Probably 6 years now. We were engaged for 9 years. Okay, so over 9 years, and of course, people think I'm a horrible person, and I probably am. But we weren't living together for those 9 years beforehand because my job took me to another part of the state. So I didn't think it was right for us to be married and living in different areas. And that's the excuse I gave. So
you had hoes in different area codes?
I sure. This isn't nobody's seeing this now, right? It's just the three of us. Is that right?
I couldn't help it because you said
you're trying to get me to sleep on the couch tonight. If my wife heard that I called her or you called her a hoe and I went along with it.
No,
I disagree. That's not true.
I did not say she was. It just reminded me of that song. Y'all are living in separate areas and just
I'm not familiar with that. Sounds like the country music thing. It's not my thing.
Oh yeah, no, it's not country.
I gotcha.
Definitely enjoying the scene. Definitely enjoying it.
All right, so tell us a little bit about you. Tell us how long you've been on YouTube and, you know, some stuff like that.
I've been on YouTube for about a year, well, a little over a year now. I started in January of 2020. And I've been thinking about it for a while, and I wanted to make sure, and maybe like a lot of people, we wanted to get all the right equipment, and you wanted to be prepared emotionally. And then at some point you just said, I just need to see if I'm any good at this or not. And of course I found out I'm amazing at it, according to me. But no, it's a learning curve, and the only way you can really learn to grow is by making horrible mistakes and embarrassing yourself over and over and over again. So I'm hoping one day that I'll be up on that.
I thought I heard you say you had a pretty bad video right at the beginning. We should have brought that up so we could view it.
Well, like I said, from my perspective, I probably think a lot of them, I see all the errors. So, you know, but there was a live early on where it was my 200 subscriber live. If anybody wants a real laugh or a horrible show, go watch it. It almost turned into domestic violence. So it's, you know, it didn't physically, but emotionally, if people kept texting me like, you do realize you're on a live right now, because I was panicking and I was on the Titanic and we were sinking. So I left it up there for whatever joy. It's the only thing I've never been able to watch. Everything else I can watch over and over again. It's my favorite channel to watch, you know, my own. So, but the others, that one I just couldn't watch. So, but.
Okay, well, that's interesting.
I think so.
So, as a little barbarian, were you always a barbarian?
I guess I would consider myself probably the softest barbarian that there ever was. It's one of those, you know, reverse type of things, like when you call a bald person curly or a you know, one-handed person lefty, or, you know, whatever it is, because it's not really who I am. I have a tendency to be, I can't really build things. I don't really, you know, I'm not very handy in those type of things. I was telling, you know, somebody the other day, I bought a little stand to put together, and about halfway through, I threw a tantrum and I sat down and wept for about an hour, and I went to bed, and my wife put it together like an elf and put it together. It seems very unbarbarian-like, but I'm in touch with my inner barbarian. So,
okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so speaking of curly, did you always have this sort of hairstyle going on?
No, not always. I tried a few different things. I tend to be sort of a conservative person, but when I was a youngster, this is way back when, the 80s, spike. Well, not super tiny, but when I was in junior high, and they had spiked hair was all the rage. So I felt like, I'm gonna try spiked hair, and that's gonna look amazing on me. It looked like I stuck my finger in a light socket, and it lasted about 3 days, and I realized I'm lazy and I don't want to put all that hair product in. So it didn't last long, and it just looked terrible for a long time. So that was pretty much it. After that, pretty much what it is now. So I didn't have the beard then, though. So I didn't, that was much later.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark said he thought it was a wig.
Hello, Mark.
First of all, Mark should not be talking about hair of any kind, since he has no hair of any kind. Okay? He has to comb up his back hair to get into his top of his head. So it's just jealousy. It's just jealousy.
So hello, Mark, and JKL Awesome is in the room now. And wait, I missed the other one. Oh, SASSY Mom. Hello.
Hello, SASSY Mom. How are you? And then of course Cisco. Yeah, boy. Hey, Bearded Barbarian, you always do your chants and your yells pretty good. The Bearded Barbarian. Now, can you take a crack at Cisco? He does yeah boy. Can you give us your barbaric version of yeah boy?
Yeah boy. I always remember back with Flava Flav. I think he does it differently, but for me, it'll always be Flava Flav.
Yeah, so. That's what everybody goes to, the Flavor Flav thing, but that's not it at all.
Right. Well, it should be. Okay, so Cisco, get on it.
Cisco, tell, you hear him, the Bearded Barbarian.
You got to change. You grow or you die. That's how it
works. So obviously, being, where did that come from with the Bearded Barbarian Collectibles? Like, how do you decide, you know what, I need to come up with a name? Like, when did you start your YouTube in the sense of like, okay, I'm going to start it at this time, and you know what, I'm going to do a channel, and this is my name. Like, I'm going to come up with the Bearded Barbarian.
I kicked around a few different ideas. I have a lot of axes and knives and swords and stuff like that, and I just thought it would be cool to maybe sort of take some aspect of that. And I wanted to do something since I have my beard, and I felt like would that be a sort of a fun thing? Beards were in then. I guess they still sort of are. So I wanted to sort of come up with something, and I kicked around some ideas, and I would talk back and forth with my cousin, and of course he hates every idea I have. So I found the one that irritated him the most and went with it, because I feel like it's more one of those reverse things. When someone says is really bad, it's great. So I kind of went with that. So yeah, I just decided I'm going to go with Bearded Barbarian. I'm just like, maybe I'll have a cool start to my video. And some people really hate it. My nieces and nephews, mainly my nieces, keep saying it's cringy. It's very cringy. I don't care. Okay, I don't even know what that means. I'm too old for that stuff. So I said, I'm going to do me.
So, it's not Cringer from He-Man. Just tell them it's Cringer from He-Man, right?
Exactly.
So obviously, do you take an interest in the barbaric side of things, like, history-wise? Like, I mean, it's like, are you into the Vikings? Because there's stuff that you have sort of been a magnet to that has helped inspire. Like you said, you have the axes and blades and stuff like that, but is there more behind the curtain?
I'm not sure if there's a curtain at all, but I guess the things I do like one of my favorite movies is Braveheart, and it's sort of the idea of the barbarians from Scotland versus the English, etc. There's more. A lot of those kind of movies I like Gladiator. I just think that those are interesting things. I really like that type of history. There's so many wars throughout history. Not that I really love war. I think that they're interesting things, and you can learn a lot from it. And again, I just thought it was sort of something a little bit different, that's sort of fun. And just try to just have some fun with it. It's not like I obsess over it, as in everything I do in my videos has to be related to it. But I bought some things, and I have some things that are sort of come back to that, and just sort of try to make my background interesting or whatever related to some of that type of stuff. So
do you kind of think of yourself as Conan the Barbarian?
No, I have way more muscles than he does. Okay, he's gotten a little flabby. Gotten a little flabby. I mean, he's got a 6-pack, but I got an 8-pack. Okay, 10-pack, 12-pack. It's in the fridge, but I do have them. So yeah, I did like Conan. Conan was a very, very cool movie. Arnold sort of peaked at Conan. Once he started talking, it wasn't really as good.
Yeah, that was it.
So stick to what you're good at.
Right.
Yeah, it's all about the Braveheart. He's got some freedom.
Dana just came in.
Hey, Dana, how are you? So you obviously have collectibles in your name, right? So what do you collect? I mean, do you have a wide assortment? Do you go after a certain thing? Like, I mean, are you just a Star Wars guy? Or like, do you even have the Braveheart, the Richard Wallace pop? I mean, is that one that you have in your collection?
I don't. I am interested in trying to get the blood splattered one. It's a little pricey right now. But at some point I would like to get that one. I do have like Gladiator from the one with the helmet from Gladiator. And I have some of those type of things. I'm trying to actually collect some that are sort of in that vein that maybe are less expensive, and try to create my own little barbarian horde. Because one of the things that I call the subscribers is the barbarian horde, and just have it, because when barbarians attack, they attack as a group. So it's just something I just thought would be sort of fun. So I'm trying to get some out of the box and sort of create like a little display area that'll be sort of interesting, and try some things like that, just to have like a little fun area. So but yeah, that one's a little pricey. So
if people sent in things to you and wanted to be a part of your horde, would you show off what they sent and say, now so and so has been inducted into the horde?
Sure. I mean, absolutely. I mean, they don't have to do that to be, like I said, all you have to do is subscribe. And then if somebody wants like a sticker or something like that, all they got to do is reach out to me on Instagram, ask for a sticker. I'll send it to them. I'm fine with doing that, or, whatever we can do. I have some other ideas and some things I want to try to do to try just to send people just so that they'll have things, trying to work on some merch and stuff like that too. But mainly I'm more focused on the content right now and, what types of things that people like to watch and just try to provide it, make it as entertaining as possible. And everybody has their own channel and their own style and how they do it. And I'm not necessarily looking to follow anybody else's as much as try to do things that I enjoy. If I enjoy watching it, then that's what I want to try to make. And not everybody enjoy, because like there's one of the things I do is a snack crate, which is, open up the food snacks from around the world. Doesn't really go with any other type of collectibles that I do, but it's fun. I enjoy doing it. Some people really like it and some people don't. I mean, that's okay.
I enjoy watching you do that because I like when you get the food that is not good, because the faces that you make are hilarious.
Right. Yeah, most people like to watch me eat like those spicy beans and
absolutely,
or hopefully vomit, or I don't know what people are looking for me to die eventually, I guess. But that would make for great television. So but yeah, I enjoy doing it because it gives you an opportunity to sort of, it's a very different style video than the others. So I like to do different things.
And
so.
when Sassy says barbaric horde, I always think like, the dead, I think so. I mean, you go around and you say, can you send out the dead, right? Bring out your dead, bring out your dead. We got the horde.
I think they should keep their dead. I'm not interested in anybody's dead at all.
I don't want any
smelly, usually very smelly. I don't need that. So.
So do you collect just Funkos?
No, I collect comic books. I collect mainly Funkos, and mystery boxes are what the channel is about. But I also collect things like comic books, pop pins, any kind of pins and things like that. Funko sodas. Trying to think. I don't collect. I collect a wide variety of things. I started early on collecting comic books as a child. That's sort of how I got started. I used to collect magic cards. I don't collect. I collect pretty much anything but Barbies. You know what I'm saying? Although my boss once told me I didn't like. I actually had my, I was doing a Zoom meeting in here, and my boss was like, "What is that behind you?" And I told him. And in my office, I also have some of these as well. And he keeps calling them baby dolls because he's trying to get under my skin, and that's his favorite thing to do, is to irritate me.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so I pretty much collect most things except for actual like Barbies or something like that. So
yeah. Well, talking about Funkos and all this good stuff, have you ever been to a Comic-Con or a convention or?
Yeah, the very first convention that I went to was in Richmond, Virginia. It was GalaxyCon. And yeah, it was awesome. I'd never been to one before. I had certain expectations on what it would be. Whether it's just people getting autographs. There were a lot of fun things going on. They had wrestling matches going on. They had groups getting together and doing panels and things like that. So it was a lot of fun. Then of course you can buy stuff. I got a chance to meet Matthew Lewis, which I'm not sure if people know who that is, but it's from Harry Potter. It's what's his name? Neville Longbottom. And I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, so I really thought that was cool. He charged me an arm and a leg for his picture and to sign something. But, like I said, you don't get many opportunities. The thing was interesting. This was in February of this year. And I didn't realize, of course, nobody realized there wouldn't be any more conventions after that at all. So it was one of the last conventions of the year. So I was very fortunate to go, but I am looking forward to going back.
Yeah, absolutely. I have plans to go to the Pensacola Comic-Con in May. So excited about that.
Yeah,
here you go, Cleon, and maybe this might change your mind about Barbies. The Nerd Bar said that he would buy a Venomized Barbie.
Right. I'm not really sure. Anytime the Nerd Bar and/or Mark decides to do something, it's usually safe to go the opposite direction. So if he's going to do something, normal thinking people go the opposite direction. They're a lot better off. So I don't know that. He's a very weird character. That's all I can say. That's the nicest thing I can say. No, I do enjoy the Nerd Bar's channel. He's got a fun channel. My favorite thing to go over there is to go over and harass him and say, leave very strange comments. So
yeah. So how many Funkos do you have in your collection?
I've been collecting. I've only been collecting for about a year now, a year and some change, and I have about 400-ish, 410, 415, something like that. And it's growing. The collection is definitely growing, but I don't have 1,000 or 600. I had 400 in that ballpark is basically what I'm looking at. I try to collect Marvel and Star Wars and things like that. So those are my main two collections. But I also collect a lot of weird stuff. When you open mystery boxes, you get a lot of weird stuff. And you'll pull stuff out, and some weird stuff I can pass along by my giveaways. I do a giveaway video every Saturday.
You got that robot shaky can thing the other day too.
I did, yeah. That was a kind of an interesting one. That was from a Smy World kitchen sink mystery box. They put a lot of weird stuff in there. I'm glad Nerd Bart agrees.
I like how you pulled T-Boz.
Yeah, did you? So that was an interesting one too. So yeah. I mystery box is a lot of fun. Sodas are a lot of fun. Anytime you gonna open something and there's that hope, and then of course usually your hope is dashed, but there's still that hope. Yeah. So yeah.
So you also collect other stuff. So I know you collect football memorabilia. So do you have, how much of that do you have? And because I know your room right where you are used to be your Patriots man cave thing or whatever, but
right.
So now it looks like Funko is kind of taken over, right?
It definitely is. It used to. I actually dubbed it Patriots World, and anybody that came in had to genuflect when they came in. I had autographs from all of the Patriots stuff, and I also have some. I'm a New England fan, so Boston Bruins and the Celtics, and all those teams are just my teams because that's my hometown.
Yeah.
But
Wilby Poppin, are you familiar with Wilby Poppin? He's a big Boston fan. Mr. Techbot too.
Well, I don't usually like to side with TechBot. There's another troublemaker that's it's never good to be on his side. Nothing but trouble can come from that. I can promise you. There's somebody who has a serious man crush on Robert Pattinson. Okay, he really needs to work on it. I don't know if he's here or not, but all he wants to talk about is that. I can't get into it. I've got my own man crush on Brady, so I don't need to be dealing with Robert Pattinson. But as time has gone on, I've needed space, so a lot of my Patriot stuff has sort of funneled its way to the hallway, and it's sort of kind of gone with the fall of the Patriots. So, but they'll be back. They'll be back next year. Don't worry. We're going to hut the ball, and there won't be a quarterback. The ball will just be spinning on the ground behind the center. That's our plan for this upcoming.
I think they might have said that last year when the Chiefs and the Niners went to the Super Bowl. I think the Patriots said they're going to be back next year, but I didn't. So maybe, I don't know, maybe it's a 2-year hiatus that it has to extend through. I mean, but the Patriots, they've been so well and so good that they got to go through that. I mean, you do remember the Bears, that Super Bowl when they went in with the Bears, and it didn't go too well. But I mean, ever since then, the Patriots have been able to build. Are they going to rebuild? Are they going to go get a quarterback? Do you stick with Cam Newton, or do you go get a different quarterback?
If you're desperate, you stick with Cam Newton. I like Cam Newton. I thought he's a great person. He can't throw. He cannot throw the ball anymore. When you look at the way he threw the ball, he wasn't anywhere near anybody else, and it literally took him off his feet to throw it. He took his entire body to throw the ball. So I don't know if he's injured or he just can't do it anymore. It's time to move on. At some point, you got to move on.
But you said you were you had a man crush on Brady. So does that mean you're a Bucs fan now too?
I watched it with tears in my eyes. Okay, and I was also eating at the time. I was shoveling. I was going through all the levels of It's one of those things where someone said, "Why aren't you happy for?" I am happy for Brady, but it's like having a wife that left you and is doing really, really well. I mean, so you're sort of happy for her, but in some ways you're not. So not saying that Brady was my wife, but I'm just using that as an example. So
okay, so we got some more people that came in. I don't want to leave them out. Lady Iconic will be popping. Speaking of Will. Did we say hello to McDorks? I know they were here earlier. I'm sorry.
Mick Amazing. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if you had a chance to have any interaction with Will Be Poppin', but he is a huge Boston fan. So definitely, like I said, unfortunately, he does have flaws, but I mean, he's a great guy. We love our Will.
It sounds like it's his only endearing quality. I don't know about any of those qualities, but it sounds good to me. You know what I'm saying? At least he's got good judgment. I mean, I can't say much for the YouTube folks, but I can say something for him.
And he's a Captain America fan, so he's a big Captain America fan as well.
Not a huge fan. Captain America's kind of boring. I mean, this is a hot take, I know, but I don't know. He's a little too nerdy.
What about the Red Sox?
Well, the Red Sox, we just won the World Series. Now we won't say how they won, but we won, and that's the most important thing. Okay, don't worry about the wheres and the what fors. It happened, and that's the end of it. So, but yeah, I was a big Red Sox fan. I actually went to Fenway Park when I was in college many years ago. It was a lot of fun. There was a lot of brawling going on, and I remember that the bleachers way out in the outfield, they were right next to where they warm up, the pitchers warm up, and one of the guys went over there, and a drunk guy, and poured a beer on the pitcher's head, and we thought it was a lot of fun. I mean, it was back when you could really engage with the people. It was a lot of fun.
We have some more people in the room. Geeky Mama Bear, Collectibles, Whack Comics, and there was somebody else. Hidden Funko, there he is. Run, everybody run from the Bearded Barbarian. Adelaide Toy Collector.
Yeah, he's a great friend of mine. He's from down under Australia. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got a great channel. I really enjoy watching his
Good day, mate.
Well, like I said, we appreciate everybody being here, taking the time to get to know Cleon, Bearded Barbarian Collectibles. Great channel. If you guys have not had a chance to subscribe to Bearded Barbarian, he is on the road to 900. Please drop a link, give him a look. He does a lot of great things. On Saturdays, you've been doing giveaways. You also have, a lot of collectibles, in your assortment there. Not Barbie dolls, but you got your pops and you got your cans, your sodas, and so you have a lot of great things. I see the Indiana Jones in the back. So obviously Indiana Jones is an influence for you as well. So that's always important. We got to have our Indiana Jones. He kind of looks, Sassy, like, if you did put a hat on him and gave him the whip, he could stand in, for the Indiana Jones, right?
I'd get flattened by that boulder. That boulder would have flattened me. I'd have tripped and ran right over my head. So,
but you could do this scene, right? You could do this one right here, right? This could be you.
Pull the pistol out and shoot him. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah. That part of it I could do. The interesting thing is I went to Disney early in the year, and I went to the Star Wars area mainly and a couple other places. And the thing that was fun when I was there is people say I have a resemblance to George Lucas, okay, which sounds like hey, that's awesome. Of course, he's 20 years older than me, which is not that great, okay? But I wish I had a resemblance to his bank account, but that's neither here nor there. But people kept saying, hey, you look like George, and just random people come up to me and say that, and including people that were working the Rise, like Rise of the Resistance, which is, I don't know if anybody's been on that. It is the greatest ride ever. So if you ever get a chance to go there, it's hard to get on, especially now, but it really was awesome. But the people running it, they're like, you look like this, that, and I was like, that's interesting. I just thought that was weird. But
okay, we have Mama J, Obi the Kid, Two Flowers. Hello, welcome.
Hello, Evelyn. How are you, Mama J? How's it going? Thank you so much for being here, taking the time in your guys' day. We appreciate it. Like I said, we were just sitting down with the Bearded Barbarian Collectibles, also known as George Lucas. So.
See how old he is? I was just like, that's not great.
Oh, man.
It could be worse, I suppose. I've been called worse.
You're right.
Well, and being called worse, I mean, so Sassy, is there more questions that you had set aside? And
well, I just was going to ask him, about how far he was from Richmond and if he goes there and if there's anything interesting there and, how far he is from the next state over and stuff like that. Nothing major, but I thought you had like a little slideshow to show.
Yeah, I do. I can pull that up here real quick too. And then maybe was there any like moments that you wanted to touch on, Sassy? Like any embarrassing moments or anything that might have popped up?
Oh, I think you wanted to talk about an embarrassing moment.
I wouldn't say that I wanted to talk about an embarrassing moment, but I can if you would like me to. One of the things that people that know me realize that I have either terrible luck or I do really embarrassing things have a tendency to happen to me. I always think that everybody falls into these situations. Like everybody's been through embarrassing moments like I've been through. And then when I tell these stories, people are horrified to think, no, I've never been in those circumstances. So there's one particular circumstance, a story that I told on a live that I had a while back, but I think it's sort of interesting. I went out to my cousin's wedding in Northern California. It was one of those destination weddings, and we went to stay at this little small hotel, kind of like a Days Inn, where the doors are to the outside, not like a hotel style. And we're on the first floor, so we go in there and we set up, and we get there the day before, and there's its own set of embarrassing moments I won't talk about. That we got there very late the night before, but we got in. And then the next day was supposed to be all of the party, the wedding party, gets together at a nice restaurant. We sit down and eat something, and then we have a nice time. So we get all dressed up. We go down to this thing, and they basically paid for the entire restaurant. And we're in this main area, and we're sitting at a table, and the waiter comes over and says, okay, what would you like for your meals? You had choices, like 2 or 3 things, and it's like, here's the soup choice. And I looked at it, and it was some, I don't know, vegetable something, and creamy mushroom soup. And one thing I will say before I get any further, I am incredibly lactose intolerant. I cannot, it upsets my stomach, something terrible. So I looked at the thing, and I said, ooh, the creamy mushroom soup sounds really good. And my wife leaned over, and she said, you're not going to do that, are you? And I said, I'm sure it's fine. It won't be no problems at all. I had no concerns. And she said, okay, all right, that's okay. She likes to be very passive aggressive. She knows it's going to be problems for me. She's hoping one day I will learn from these mistakes, but I never learn, never. It's part of my endearing quality. So I got the mushroom soup. It was the best mushroom soup I ever tasted. It was very thick, very creamy, et cetera. And then I had the rest of my meal, which was really good. And we're sitting down around the table, and we're talking, and get desserts coming, and all of a sudden I feel a grumble in my stomach, like, and I'm like, oh boy, we got problems now. So I got flagged down the waiter. I was like, can you help me? Where is the restroom here? And he's like, oh, it's very convenient. It's right there. It's like right next to the table. And I'm thinking to myself, there's 20 people at this table all dressed up at a nice event, and I'm going to go in there, and I'm like, no, is there another bathroom? Nope, that's the only one we have. And I know there's going to be sounds and smells and horrible things that's going to happen in that bathroom. And I'm like, no, I do a pass. So I told my wife, and she's like, you just need to do it. I'll shuffle my feet. I said, you can shuffle your feet all you want. There's no way you're going to cover up any noises. So I said, we just need to get out of here. Let's just get out of here. So she's like, so she's trying to talk to people. I'm trying to rush her up, pull the car up, the rental car. We get in the rental car, and we drive down the road. And as I'm driving, I realized we were about 20 minutes from the, where we were staying to the restaurant. And it's in California, I don't know, it's the South Pacific Highway. Is that what they call it? That windy road that's on the cliffs.
Pacific
we're
Coast
winding along in there. It was in Mendocino. I don't know if you're familiar with that area. Mm-hmm. And we're winding along, and I'm flying around the corner thinking we're going to go flying off the cliff. I have to go potty. And that's that. So we're spinning around going, and we pull in to the thing, and I'm like at the point where I'm up to here. And I have very few seconds to get this thing. So I jump out of the car, and I got my little card key with me. I run over to the door and stick the card key into the thing and go like this. It doesn't open. And I stuck it in there and like 2 or 3 different times. And then at that particular moment, you realize you failed. There's nothing you can do about it. So I turn around, lean against the door, and crap my pants. And it was horrible. I mean, it's like everything that you had inside you completely went out of you. And I was defeated. I mean, just like completely defeated. And I'm just got my head down, and my wife's shuffling along. I said, come over here. She comes over, and then she looks down and says, what is that? See, this is where it gets worse. If that's all it was, it wouldn't be a story. It gets worse. And she goes, what is that? I said, what are you talking about? I had crapped so much, it went down my pant leg, over my shoe, and made a gigantic lake of poo that was like sloppy Joe, kind of like a thick, crunchy peanut butter kind of effect. But it was a really big, the size of a plate, the size it was making, on this concrete sidewalk out in front of my door. I'm like, oh no. So she's like, I said, open the door. So she opened the door. We run in. I'm running in, and every place I'm stepping, I'm leaving a footprint of you can imagine, poo. And I get into the bathroom, I take all my clothes off, throw it against the wall, and of course it just went everywhere. I mean, and I jumped in the shower, cleaned myself up, cried, embarrassed, the shame of it all. And then I came out and, we cleaned up the bathroom. I took my clothes. My clothes were completely destroyed. I could say my shoes, my socks, my underwear, my pants, my shirt, all destroyed. So I put them in a bag. And then we came out, we're trying to clean the carpet. It's not really working. So we go outside and I said, what about the sidewalk? There's a big puddle. I mean, when I say there's a puddle, it's like a little mounded hill of chunky peanut butter out there. I'm like, and she's like, we'll deal with it tomorrow. Don't worry about it. So I get my pajamas on and I'm just like, thinking, okay, I'm glad it's over. It's fine. Getting into bed. All of a sudden I hear a commotion outside my door. I have people talking. It's like a murmur, a loud murmur. I'm like, what is this? And so I go over and open the door. And there's 10 people standing in a semicircle around the poop, just staring down. And I'm like, oh my God. And they looked up at me and I'm like, I didn't know what to say. I was like, what do I, and they're like, and my wife came over to try to bail me out. And she's like, oh, somebody got sick. And they said, that's not sick. That's poop. And I'm like, and so she's like, well, you need to clean this up. And it's like a hazard. And I'm like, oh, come on. I said, all right. So so they said, well, we're going to go get the manager and get somebody to help come clean it up. I said, well, if they're getting the manager, I'm going to let them deal with it. Slam, I shut the door. And then that was the end of it. And in the morning, nobody ever ended up coming back. So we tried to clean it up. It had hardened overnight. I tried to use soda and it was horrible. We did the best we could to get some newspapers and throw it away. There was a stain on that. I guarantee you there's still a stain on that concrete pad.
Man, the comments in the chat, I can't even contain myself. Oh my goodness.
So anyway, so that was that. So I took all my clothes and put them in a bag. And the very next day we went to, after the wedding, we went up to where the big sequoia trees are up in the upper woods. I dug a hole and threw all the evidence into a hole, so never to be seen from again. So somebody suggested that if somebody digs them up, they might think it's a crime scene. But I've done it. So that was the most embarrassing moment of my life. I'm sure there are many other people that have very similar stories. The interesting thing is I told my cousin this, and he said he appreciated the story more than the gift I gave him for his wedding. So anyway, for whatever that's worth. So, I shame myself for the enjoyment of the group here. How's that?
Oh, man. Oh, some story there, sir.
I wish I could say it was a lie. It's 100% true.
Let's see. So I'm trying to think of
where to go next.
Ace Ventura. Well, alrighty then. Do not go in there.
Exactly. Exactly right.
All right. Hey, Jedi John. So let's say hi to the chat again, shall we?
Yeah, you say hi this time.
Jedi John, what's up? Ginger Pops, Mick Amazing, Esamon, the Nerd Bar. Evelyn was in there. How are you, Evelyn? Geeky Mama Bear. And we have Obi the Kid and Ginger Pops once again. Frog Prince Vlog. Once again, guys, if you have a chance, Frog Prince Vlog, he's close to 400 and he's doing a great giveaway. So if you're not subscribed to Frog Prince, make sure you guys do. He's got a great channel, great assortment of stuff. Just like the Bearded Barbarian, he's on the road to 900. A lot of great people in the chat, guys. A lot of great people in the chat. Check them out. Show some love. It's a community, like Christina Payne says, spread the love, because that's what we do around here. So Bearded Barbarian, we're going to go ahead and pull up a quiz. We're going to see how people, compare.
Did we go through all of them? I think there were a couple we might have glazed over. So
we are going to pull it up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show this first, the little slide, but then we are going to do the quiz. And then just make sure that we did go over anything that we missed or whatever.
Okay.
So let's see here. All right. Got that. Let me go full screen. All right. So we'll just go ahead and throw that in there. The city of Franklin.
Right, that's where Franklin's located. It's in the very southern part of the city. This is a video clip from Williamsburg, If anybody's been to Virginia and likes colonial type things, they do reenactments. They do reenactments of battles. This was actually at what they call the Grand Illumination in like the first week in December. You sort of they turn all the lights on. They light the Christmas tree, and then this is some fireworks over the Capitol in Colonial Williamsburg. So it's fun if you like history and like learning about like colonial history, etc. So yeah, that's fun.
Oh, look at that!
This is
wait.
These pictures are from GalaxyCon. That's me with Matthew Lewis right there.
Oh, is that
in the
your
middle,
wife?
nice guy. Huh?
Is that the wife?
That's my wife.
Oh, okay. She does exist.
She does exist. That's correct. Actually, it was just some random person was standing there. I said,
oh, okay.
I had to pay her $10. So these are some pictures from the
oh, she's cheap.
From the football game. Back then the Redskins against the Patriots when Tom Brady still on the team. You can sort of see 50 in the background. I was wearing that. I caught me in the thing. Just some pictures of some sodas that I have. That I collect. I sort of my brother created like a little stand inside of like the Detolf shells. I don't know if you have any of those glass Detolf shells from, where is it? You know what I'm talking about. He created like these little level shelves so you can put the sodas on there.
So I'm going to scroll back a little bit here.
Yeah, sure.
Obviously to this a little bit. We got the GalaxyCon you talked about.
Right.
Let me go ahead. So you said there's fireworks. No. So this was part of the GalaxyCon. This is really cool. So you had the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, they had a lot of little booths there where they did different things. They had people that were doing like sort of dress ups and stuff, cosplays. And then somebody brought like a car. I don't know if it was the actual car or not, but this is me in front of the what do they call it? The thing from Doctor Who, TARDIS, I think is what it is. And TARDIS, that's right. Whatever. I'm not a huge Doctor Who fan, but I thought that was cool. They had a lot of different.
Geeky Mama Bear is. I know she's in the chat. She and McDork say they love Doctor Who. They're big on that. But that would be pretty cool right there with the TARDIS. Definitely. Cool. So just having that, and then like I said, so getting to be able to go to a game now, and this is the guy from Harry Potter. You said. Right.
This is Neville Longbottom. If anybody's seen. He was never,
He has a long bottom.
Well, that's his name. Oh. But yeah, so he's kind of like the nerdy one that's, kind of trips and falls a lot and stuff like that. But he was really cool, really nice to us. This is another picture. I went to a comedy club. We used to go to the Funny Bone. There's one in Richmond, one in Virginia Beach, and we would go to comedy shows, my wife and I. And the guy, you can sort of see him a little bit. He's the guy that played Ehrlich in Silicon Valley, if you saw that, or when you saw Deadpool, it was Weasel. Deadpool's kind of like the guy that owned the bar. Yes, it's T.J. Miller, and so he was doing a stand-up thing. He was very, very nice. He wouldn't let you use your phone to take pictures. He said he was a really old school, wanted people to take Polaroids, so he'd let him take a Polaroid and then you could sign it. And then I had my Funko Pop, which I think is the next one over, of Ehrlich from Silicon Valley, and he thought it was really cool and signed it. But he spent time, like usually they'll just sign it and tell him to get out of your way. He spent at least 5 minutes talking to us about different things. He was also selling like a hot sauce or something we had autographed. So that was a lot of fun. That was probably one of my favorite pops to have signed. This is at in Washington, D.C., the FedEx Stadium. The Patriots were playing against the Redskins. Of course, not the Redskins anymore, but then it was. Most of the people in the stadium, there was probably 30,000 people. 90% were Patriots fans because the Redskins weren't good that year. I don't know, they're good many years, but they weren't good that year. So it was a lot of fun to go through, and it was sort of interesting. One of my favorite players is Chase Winovich. I don't know if people know him. He was a rookie last year, came from Michigan. We were walking in, and I had this jersey that you'll sort of see, the 50. You can see 50. That's me. I had that on, and a guy comes up and goes, "Hey, I'm a Winovich fan too." I said, "Oh yeah, why is that?" "That's my son," and it was his dad. And his dad and his entire family and all the grandkids were all wearing Winovich jerseys. And so he came over and shook my hand. I had a picture, but I couldn't find the picture to put it in here.
Oh,
but that was really cool. It was my first, as my second NFL game to go to. The interesting thing is the first one that I went to was in 2001, which was Brady's first year. And then the last one was last year, which was Brady's last year. So I was able to get both ends of that. Again, a lot of fun, and of course the Patriots won, which is obvious at this point. So.
All right, so let me so Sassy, while I'm pulling this up, is there anything else based on the quiz that we did not get to cover yet?
No, I don't think so. I think we got it all.
Okay.
I think there were two things that I may have missed, but either that or maybe I said it so fast. I don't know. But I mean, if that's
What do you think they were? Bring them up.
I talked a little bit about my wife. My wife and I, like I said, we were engaged for 9 years.
Right.
We got engaged many years ago. I got engaged to my wife in Las Vegas, which was wonderful. It was in front of like a whole group of Chinese people in front of Bellagio. My wife wanted me to get down on one knee, which I should have, but I didn't want to embarrass myself against the Pacific Rim. You know what I'm saying? So, so we got engaged, and then we were engaged for, like I said, for a long time because we didn't really live near each other. But we met at work. So, a lot of people gripe about going into work and working remotely. A lot of people, meet that way. And I think that's not necessarily that you need to be trolling for a wife or a husband at work, but spend a lot of time at work, you have a tendency to have those.
Well, I mean, if it works, right?
It apparently did. She was delusional enough to think I was tolerable enough to be around. It all worked out. So
there you go. She wanted a barbarian.
She definitely did. But she settled for me instead. All right, let's see. And I think there might have been one more. Maybe I'm wrong.
So let me I want to double check too, because like I said, there are some things that are going to be based on what we went over, and we want to make sure that people don't say, "Oh, well, I don't remember you talking about that."
Right.
So what I'm going to just kind of go through real quick here. So you did attend a convention. We mentioned that. There's the city that you live in, where you met Miss Barbarian. What you do and don't collect, how many Funko Pops, your favorite team, your hairstyle. So I know that you live,
I think we're good.
Is there any states that you might not have lived in?
I've lived most of my life primarily in the Northeast. So I was born in New Hampshire, and then actually I moved to Canada for 4 years. My dad, for his job, moved to Canada. And then we came back to live in Maine. So yeah, some of the other New England states like Connecticut and Vermont, I haven't lived there. I didn't live in Massachusetts or things like that. So the main 3 states that I've lived in my whole life in Maine, Virginia, and New Hampshire. So those are pretty much it. And then I guess Canada, if you count those, but they're not states.
So, like I said, you're on the road to 1K, and you started your channel one more time. Like, did you start it last year, back in March or
January?
I started in January of last year, January 2020. So that was my first video was posted on the 19th of January.
All right, and like I said, definitely like it, guys. We'll go ahead and run this quiz here very shortly, and then if anybody in the chat has any questions for the Bearded Barbarian, we'll be more than welcome to honor that after the quiz, and kind of go from there. And then Bearded Barbarian, you can go ahead and let us know what's going on in the weeks ahead and what's planning for this year. And we definitely appreciate you spending time with us. I enjoyed it tremendously. So we were going to go ahead and do this quiz, guys, as everybody's.
Well, I think that the pay was fair. You know what I'm saying? Offering me $100 to come on, I think is amazing. You know what I'm saying? But I don't need it. So I'm just going to, I appreciate that. So.
No, we'll put that in the out. I know the Nerd Bar, Mark, he's holding out, right? We're trying to get him on, and he's holding out a little bit. So I know we have to kind of up the ante for him. So
if you have a warm beer, he's in. All you need to do is issue a warm Natty Light, and he'll be there. Don't worry.
Now, so Sassy, what happens with this quiz here?
Well, everybody, more people have to join because it doesn't look like there's very many people in there. First of all, we need everybody's participation because after the end of the month, everybody that gets the top 3, I can't ever get the explanation right for some reason. I don't know. The top 3 go on a wheel, and at the end of the month, a winner will be drawn from the wheel, and they get a prize pack of all the places we visited over the last month. Why is that so hard to explain? I don't know.
Right, it sums it up, guys. So if you're going to be in the top 3 today, you're going to be added on to our list, and that list will continue on to the end of the month. End of the month comes around, we're going to spin a wheel. You may luck out like Mr. Eric Fry did last month, and we'll be shipping and sending some things your way. So definitely look forward to that. But other than that, guys, like Sassy said, jump in there. It's going to be 10 questions based on some of the things that we've covered here for the Bearded Barbarian, and just kind of go from there. So you did an excellent job there, Sass.
Thanks, Christina.
Pet Rock. So
can I enter the quiz too? Can I enter?
If you enter the quiz, you have to pick D for all the answers.
Right. Who's to say D isn't all the answers? It might be.
All right. Well, I put this together, so I kind of think that I went a little bit different. But so, we got 13. So right now we're giving we get an even 14 in there, guys. At least 14, 15. We'll see. If not, we're gonna Sassy. You tell me when.
We'll just give them a little more time.
A little bit more time.
Anybody have any questions while we're kind of waiting a little bit to see if anybody else wants to get in there? Nova Scotia Pop Hunters is in here. Hello.
Hello, Nova Scotia. Yes, and if you do have any questions for the Bearded Barbarian, feel free. Anything that you have been thinking about in regards. Now, Bearded Barbarian, also in Virginia, I know that sometimes there's some filming out there. Any companies come through and film some movies? Anything you got to see in your town?
No, none in my town specifically. They've done some things north of Richmond and around Richmond. There tends to be a lot of historical type films they'll put in there. They do some filming around Williamsburg sometimes. Virginia Beach has some filming. But actually, I think North Carolina is actually becoming such a growing area, which is, I'm almost to North Carolina, is becoming such a big area. So I think there'll actually be more filming that's done in Virginia, just sort of spill over from North Carolina, et cetera. So, but I do hear about periodically about, this place and that place where they do some filming. But yeah, I always hear about it after the fact. I guess I'm not on top of things. So I've been telling them I'm willing to stand in for George Lucas anytime they want to, or, Barbarian #2 in the background, if that's what they want. I could do that too. I have my own weaponry, et cetera. So, and if they need somebody that's, is willing to poop or anywhere, anytime, I'll do that too. So I'm trying to keep myself on.
Mushroom soup or something, huh?
That's all I need. Mushroom soup in about 10 minutes. And that's all I need. T-minus 10 minutes.
All right. So there you go, guys. And like I said, a lot of filming at Bull Run. Is there something Bull Run that you're familiar with, or no? Or maybe that's just a chat going on. But I'm
not sure if that's a Bull Run, Virginia, or Bull Run, another state, because I think there's a couple of them, so I'm not too sure about that.
So, Sassy, my dear, did we run it?
Yeah, we got 17, so yeah, go ahead.
All right. Much enthusiasm is along the way as I press the start button. Here we go. All right, good luck, everybody.
Ginger Pops wants to know if you'd like a chocolate pretzel.
What's that?
Ginger Pops would like to know if you want a chocolate pretzel.
If I would like a chocolate pretzel?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that means. Is that a euphemism or an actual chocolate pretzel?
I don't know. Maybe he'll answer.
It sounds like a loaded question. You know what I'm saying? A loaded question.
Yeah, I think it would be.
Do you have a gummy bear challenge?
I tried to, get Nerd Bar. I think he keeps wimping out on me. I mean, I challenged him to a sugar-free gummy bear challenge. And what it is, I don't know if you're familiar with these kind of challenges, but sugar-free gummies and sugar-free things have a tendency to cause people to go to the bathroom. So what our challenge was, I sent him a bag of gummy bears, and we're going to sit there, whether it's going to be in diapers or what have you, and see who flinches first. I will probably lose, but I have no dignity. So I'm willing to hang in there longer than he is. So we'll see. But yeah, we've got a challenge trying to get it going. But I don't know. He keeps kind of dodging me a bit. So we'll see if he can man up and make this thing happen.
So Iconic Odds said the bull run in Manassas, Virginia.
Okay. Yeah.
So
yeah, that area is a real historical area. So I know that they've been doing some things with that as well. But yeah, that's more towards Northern Virginia. Northern Virginia, Virginia's kind of an unusual state where it has different segments. There's like the eastern coast where Virginia Beach. There's the west coast where it's real mountainous, etc. Down where I am is more of the flatlands and sort of general areas. And then the northern part is close to DC, and it's basically just a wider version of DC where there's a lot of traffic. So it's kind of like you can go anywhere in the state and sort of experience a different thing. So a lot of times where I am real in the southern part of Virginia, what's going on in Northern Virginia, it kind of goes completely over my head. So, but I do know there are some other YouTubers from that area, Northern Virginia. I think Sean Ryan's in Fredericksburg, which is north of Richmond, etc. So there's some others as well. So Super Carlin Brothers are in Roanoke. So,
and Christina Payne is in Virginia.
Oh, Christina Payne. Okay, very good. Yeah.
Like I said, guys. So the Nerd Bar says he's still down. So he's definitely going to take you up on that, for sure. And
right,
we'll see what's going on here with this dashboard real quick.
Looks like Kiki Mama kind of got it locked down for number one. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
So just knocked her out.
Well, we'll see what happens here.
Well, it's an interesting subject. You know what I'm saying? The quiz is a very interesting subject, so a lot of people should do very well.
Right.
And so Bearded Barbarian, like the year that you've kind of gone through for the collecting and stuff, and you had an opportunity to meet a lot of people and do a lot of different things with your lives and stuff. What do you see on the horizon now with you? Like, I mean, you're going to continue the way of the channel? Is it like, I mean, now that you're collecting some sodas, are you going to lean more towards one direction? Do you like continuing with the Funko Pops? Has there been some ideas that are circulating?
Yeah, I think that, I'm trying to, do a variety of different things. I really want to stick to things that people want to see. If people really enjoy engaging in, Funko Pops, I really like Funko Pops. So even if I stop, recording things related to one thing or another, I would still collect them. I just wouldn't necessarily show them on a channel. But I think it's important to sort of know what the audience wants to see and try to provide that in whatever way you can. You don't want to be too formulaic where you're doing the same things the same ways. I think sometimes people feel comfortable doing that because it's what you're used to doing. But I'm sort of thinking about other ways to do some things. Hopefully when the pandemic is over enough and I can get out and about, I want to do some things related to that. Virginia has a lot of really fun places to go. Busch Gardens, Williamsburg is awesome, a lot of fun. Like Hollow Scream, I'd love to go and do that and film there and do some things like that. But we'll have to see what sort of happens related to that. I just want to keep things moving and try some different things. Maybe I'll do some more lives. I have a tendency to be really conservative with doing stuff like that because I have a tendency to be a bit of a control freak. And, when you're doing a live, anything's liable to happen. It can be just a complete disaster, and it can sort of, shy you off to some of those things. So that's something that I need to sort of work on as well. So yeah, I'm sort of keeping the doors open. I love doing the giveaway videos every Saturday. It's a fun way to not just, give away things, but to sort of engage with the audience and sort of like get them involved in my, the way I collect and stuff like that. And I think that's a fun thing to do. And hopefully people enjoy that part, try some different things, et cetera, when it comes to that as well. And then just see, what happens. Early on, I was really engaged in focusing on numbers, really focusing on, like when you first start and you have, for the longest time, I had like 32 subscribers. And I was thinking, what am I doing wrong? And sort of obsessing about it. I have a tendency to be a bit of an obsessive compulsive. And it's sort of gotten to a point where I feel like I'm obsessing on the wrong things. I'm just trying to make really good content and hope that people will enjoy it and have fun with it. And it'll be something that people, hopefully will make their day. My favorite part about it is my brother and my nieces. They're all 3 little nieces, and they're really wonderful. They love my channel, and that's the most important thing to me, is that they really enjoy the things that I put out. And They sort of idolize me, and I'm trying to make my brother look bad by being the favorite uncle. So it's becoming harder and harder, but I do my part. So
very cool. And are you going on the horizon with some conventions this year that you're kind of hoping to maybe see, some comic conventions or conventions in regards or anything?
Yeah, I would love to go and do some more. I enjoyed the one, the GalaxyCon. It's a small convention, but I got my feet wet in, because I'd never been to one before. So I thought that was a lot of fun. I would like to go to a bit of a larger one, but crowds aren't the best. So, you can take the good with the bad sometimes when you do some of those things. So the smaller ones were fun. I enjoyed it. It was you really got to get up and close and personal with some of the different things going on. So I definitely would love to go and do some other conventions. There's, like I said, so much stuff going on. There's something there for everybody. Even if you're not into getting autographs or buying stuff, there's, listening to the groups and stuff like that. Like they had a reunion of for Aladdin, the original Aladdin cartoon, and everyone was there except for Robin Williams, of course. And that was the first time they had that reunion since they made the movie. So it was kind of cool to see their engagement with one another. And I recorded a little video. I actually have a video on my channel for the GalaxyCon where I recorded some of those things. So that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a lot.
Well, I know Evelyn from Two Flowers said that she enjoyed the video when your nieces was opening some.
Yes, they came mystery. And they said, LOL dolls.
Yep, I remember that. That was so cute.
It was when they said, hey, we want to open LOL dolls, and I was thinking to myself, and this is me trying to get out of this control freak kind of thing. I was like, I don't know that everyone's going to love that, and I said, well, I would love it, and they thought it was awesome. It really made their day, which was very, very cool. So we did it, and I had a lot of fun. I learned a lot about LOL dolls. I made a gigantic mess, but it was cool because it's kind of like a little mystery box within itself. And so, yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a good opportunity for me to engage with my nieces. So that was cool.
Very cool. And the Nerd Bar said that he had OCD for a while, but he got too obsessed with it. Okay, so I think we're done with the quiz. There was somebody in, unfortunately, they did come in as an unsafe name, so they're not allowing them to go through. So I'm not seeing any other movement, Sassy.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and go ahead. Well, let me double check because I know Let's Start a Pop Collection. I wanted to double check and make sure there was no movement. Didn't want to cut anybody off that had popped in at the last second or something. But it looks like we are done. So I'm going to go ahead and end it. And so what we have here is JKL. So we got Boston is first. JKL Awesome is second, and Cisco is third.
Great. Congratulations.
So very cool. So you have those names down, Sass?
Yes, I sure do.
All right. So one more time, we'll just go ahead and review real quick. So what city does the Bearded Barbarian live in? He lives in Franklin. Franklin. What convention did the Bearded Barbarian attend? He did the GalaxyCon. Where did the Barbarian meet Mrs. Barbarian? It was at work. Barbarian does not collect Barbies. How many?
I don't understand that. I don't know why.
What is?
Not sure. Could happen. Well, currently, I don't. Could happen.
Give him
just Kens. I do have a bunch of Ken dolls. Does that count?
Well, I can send you a Mulan that looks like she could be looking like a barbarian kind of thing, with the.
I never saw Mulan. I'm sorry. I wouldn't know what was happening.
I'm sorry.
How many Funko Pops does the Bearded Barbarian have in his collection? He has 400 around there. What is Barbarian's favorite sport team? It is the New England Patriots. What states did Barbarian not live in? It is Vermont. And then when did the Bearded Barbarian start his YouTube channel? In January 2020. And what hairstyle did Barbarian have as a youngster?
It looked like that.
The spiked hair. And then most embarrassing moment of the Bearded Barbarian, the hotel door with the poops and the story. So, all right. So we got that. Very cool. So we do have our winners there. So you guys will be going on. We appreciate you guys, everybody participating. So at this point in time, guys, like if there's anybody that would love to, ask anything about the Bearded Barbarian, I'm sure the Nerd Bar will have an extreme question to ask. But for the most part, if you guys have not subscribed, please do. Now, Bearded Barbarian, as new subscribers, what could they expect, for some of your videos? What lies ahead?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of sodas and mystery boxes recently, so that's sort of been focusing on that. I do buy, when there's cons, I'll buy a bunch of pops related to that. I have a snack crate once a month. I open at least one snack crate that I'm subscribed to, so that's usually fun. I do post normally Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays normally. Today I didn't post because I'm doing the live, so I'm pushing my thing back to Friday. But I have Friday, I have a mystery box, a Funko Sodas that I'm opening for Friday. And then Saturdays, my giveaway video, I'll usually open something like I've got a Marvel box that I need to open. So I'll open that on my live at the beginning. I mean, not my live, at my giveaway video, and then I'll spin the wheel. So, if you become a subscriber and you go to my most recent Saturday video, all you have to do is subscribe and comment, hey, put me on the wheel, and I'll put your name on the wheel. And then when we go ahead and spin it the following Saturday, we'll spin the wheel. And if your name comes up, all you gotta do is go to Instagram and just say, here's my address. And I have a picture of pops or sodas they can pick from. They pick a pop, pick a soda, or whatever they want. And then I'll send it to them. And I'll send them usually a sticker. And I have little cards that I made as well. So hopefully those will be something that people get. And it's a lot of fun.
Iconic Odd. Are you going to be eating any more hot jelly beans?
The last video that I posted on Tuesday, I ate the hottest of the 5. Like Mama J gave me an awesome Christmas. So I don't know if she's still on now. Gave me an awesome Christmas swap box. I got her. She got my name. So she sent it to me, and it was the Fiery 5 challenge for jelly beans. And there's 5 different flavors. So I opened them, and I was gonna whenever I had a mystery box, I'd open a jelly bean, and I would go hotter each time. So the first one I opened was like a kind of like a basic one. But the lighting isn't great in here. Like the light, I have a circle light right in my face to get light, but it's hard for me to see down. So I pulled out a thing. I actually think I ate the Carolina Reaper, that first one, which is supposed to be the hottest one. So I just recently ate what is supposed to be the Carolina Reaper, and it was this last time. So I've eaten lots of Carolina Reaper beans, and they're probably not as hot as actual Carolina, but for me, boy, oh boy, gave me the hiccups, and my face got flushed. And I was eating pickles and drinking milk, and I had ice cream on my face, and people love to see me suffer. I don't know. It's just I'm nice to everyone, giving things away, giving people content, and everyone tunes in because they want me to see me miserable. So sounds about right.
So we wanted to just say hi real quick. A couple of people came in at the last minute. Carmen from San Diego. Appreciate you guys being here. Jedi John. Chris, KNL Collectibles, The Culinary Trapper, Welsh, Dragon, Funko Hunter. Appreciate you guys. The Nerd Bar says, I have a question. If you became a serial killer, would it be cool? Would it be cool to call you the Lucas Strangler?
Dang.
Well, you used the term "became," like as in that hasn't already happened. So I don't know. I can't stick to things long enough. Serial killer? I don't know. It'd be a one-off situation. I'd find one person that irritated me, like somebody that asked me to do multiple things in a very short period of time, like, create a quiz and make a video and make a height video and all these things. And then I'd just be bored with it after that. So yeah, I don't think naming yourself after what you're killing is a very good way of staying out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? I would probably call myself the Nerd Bar Killer. You know what I'm saying? So either I would be going after Nerd Bar, or they think that it would be the Nerd Bar. And, if you see Mark's videos, you can see why somebody would think he could do something like that. So, that's the way I look at it.
The Culinary Trapper, he says, I have a question. What snack box do you subscribe to, trying to find more authentic kind of snacks? So he also does snack boxes. Right. So what would you recommend to somebody out there that is, looking as well?
The only one I subscribe to currently is called Snack Crate. and it's pretty cool. I don't have any others that I'm looking at some other things, but they have some interesting snacks in there. I don't know how legitimately they are. They're in Japanese if they're from Japan or in whatever it is. So I enjoy them. I think that they have a lot of good information in them, which I think makes it fun. The box is well put together, and it's not the cheapest thing. It's like, I think the box I get is about $27, and I get the sort of the mid-range box, and there's about 15 snacks in it. Okay, I think that's right. Is that right? Yeah, 12 snacks in it. And you can get a drink if you want and some other things. So I really enjoy it. At some point, I may change out. The boxes I've opened so far is the U.S., Canada, Japan, Israel, and I think that might be it. I might have been forgetting one. But I just recently got another one, so I'm looking forward to opening that.
There was one you really enjoyed. I remember that one.
Yeah. There's been some fun ones. But there are lots of different ones to go with. I'm sort of looking at one right now, sort of give you a bit of a spoiler alert, one where they eat insects, like chocolate covered like insects. I just think that would be kind of cool.
So are you going to do
people would enjoy me watching that.
You're going to do the tarantula?
Sure, why not? I told my wife, I told somebody one time, they're like, you eat those vomit flavored ones and those really disgusting flavored ones. And I'm like, you should try my wife's cooking. I mean, this is an improvement in most cases over that. So, based on that, I think I can pretty much handle anything.
But you don't want to call her a hoe, but you're going to say she cooks bad. Okay.
You called her a hoe, and I didn't say no. So
I did not call her a hoe.
I just, if my wife is watching, I didn't co-sign that. So just
but you just said she didn't cook good, so you're going to be on the couch regardless.
I was saying it ironically, as far as you know.
Oh, okay.
So the culinary trapper drank ranch soda. Would you agree that, and that was fun to watch him do that because his kid stuck with a Mountain Dew. Would you do something like that with the sodas? Like, I know even the Roux Crew, and I know the ranch dressing soda. Would you say that would be something that you would do somewhere down the road too, something like that?
Yeah, sure. I don't like to, if somebody else does it, I guess I don't really want to. I want to try something different. But yeah, yeah, sure. The ones that scare me the most are those really spicy, like the really spicy challenges, because I'm not used to spicy food. It could legitimately kill me. And again, I know that's good content and everything, but somebody's got to edit the video, and if I'm dead, that's not going to work out. So
if people send you stuff, you'll do whatever they send you?
Well, don't be sending me poison or anything like that. So, but if people, like I said, Mama J sent me that thing, and when I talked to my wife about it, and she said, well, you have to do it now. So I did. And so within reason, I would say yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So you heard that. Send him stuff.
Within reason.
And he'll try it on his channel.
Yeah, remember the part within reason. That's the key part.
And so, Brandy, Collector TV, we appreciate you stopping in, saying hi, being here. Spooky Dallas.
Hey, Dallas. Hey, Brandy.
So one more time, I'm just going to go ahead and share this from the beginning because I thought it was pretty funny. But he is a funny guy, Bearded Barbarian. If you guys have not had an opportunity to get to know him, please subscribe. And so let's go.
Barbarian! Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? I can't get this box to cut open. Ah! 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 Help! Help!
So there's the Bearded Barbarian.
If you want to see the full cut of that, I have it on my channel. It's Funkoween. It's called Funkoween, and I did that. Geeking Out with Melly Mel sent me a box. We did like a box swap, me and like 12 other channels, and she sent me a thing. And it was Geeky Mama Bear sent me the box. I'm sorry, but Geeking Out with Melly Mel set it up, and we dressed up and tried to have some fun. So that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Something different.
Iconic God said to send you Satan's toe, so that would be something to be interesting.
Did people miss the within reason? I'm sorry. Was this not coming through? Did I break up? Within reason.
Oh man.
I'm not into feet. Now Nerd Bar, he's got a bit of a foot fetish thing going on. So you're welcome to send it to him. I'm sure he can handle that. So yeah.
All right. Well, we appreciate you obviously hanging out and spending some time and getting to know you a little bit more. Sassy, do we have any announcements? I know you had mentioned about talking about something coming up, and I just wanted to double check before, at the last minute.
You're doing a good job, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that. We do have an opening. We do have an opening for Spotlight for March the 11th. So if you are interested on being on the show with us, contact me because I have the schedule book. But we do have 3 people booked up next, and then that spot's open, and then we starting to book after that too. So let me know if you want to come this way. Come this way and sit in the spotlight with us.
And we would love for you guys to reach out. Like I said, this is the whole concept behind the show, is to get to know creators. We have a Funko community, an amazing community, and there's some people that do some amazing things. And any day of the week, whether you're spending time with Brandy on Collectors TV, where you're hanging out with geeking out with Melly Mel, where you're going over to Mama J's, where you're at, generally as you're going through, you have Geeky Mama Bear and McDorks. You have LBD, you have Claire, Silver Wolf. You have a lot of channels. You have the Nerd Bar.
Iconic God.
Iconic God. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's going on, guys. Some great channels, definitely to support. Also, the one that you were on recently, you have Jeremy and Mitchie. And
part of Pop Collection, Homespun Geek.
Okay. So there's a lot of channels out there doing some great things, guys. So definitely, go and support, go and show the love. We're a great community. We always end up seeing each other a lot in these lives. But we have some new people, and like I said, Bearded Barbarian on the road to 900. So hopefully tonight we get him a little bit closer. You guys check him out. He's doing some great stuff, working hard for content. And Saturday, giving things away. All you got to do is say, I'm in, and he gives you a chance to win. So you can't go wrong with that.
I've won quite a few things from Bearded Barbarian.
I've sent him half my collection of Sassy so far. So that's good. I can put her on my taxes, write her off as a dependent.
There you go.
So it works out nice.
There you go.
Works good.
Yeah, well, Sassy, we're going to have to – you can't win all the time, Sassy. We're going to have to all right.
My winning streak's good. I can't tell you the last time I won anything from anybody. So,
Zach, how's it going? You got Cisco, yeah, boy. That's right. Cisco, yeah, boy. He does daily vlogs. What do you think about that, Bearded Barbarian? Every single day, this guy gets on and drops a video vlogging. Yeah, boy.
For the last 4.5 years.
I'm exhausted thinking about it. I did one every day for December, from December 1st to December 24th, and I said, that's it. That's as much as I can handle. And they were very short videos. That's a lot. It really, people don't realize, if you don't have a chance, it really is a lot of work. I mean, I enjoy doing it, and I assume most people enjoy doing it, but it is a lot of effort, just recording the videos and editing the videos, making sure that it looks right and providing things, and then making sure you're sort of prepared and getting it all scheduled. So there's a lot of moving parts to making it turn out well. But, if you're passionate about it, it's a lot of fun too. But yeah, it's a lot of work. Better him than me.
It is a lot of work, but Bearded Barbarian, you approved this stream that you are absolutely invincible. You're amazing. We appreciate you being here. I know sometimes it has been totally barbaric, but it wouldn't be a stream unless it was with the Bearded Barbarian in that direction. So definitely, guys, the battle axe has been grinded, sharpened, and Cleon coming through. We appreciate it very much.
Yes, so, thank you for coming tonight.
You have to give us your intro war cry. You got a war cry?
Welcome to the Bearded Barbarian!
Welcome,
there you go, guys. Welcome to the Bearded Barbarian. We appreciate it. Go show them some love, guys. We appreciate you guys being here. And like I said, and Nancy, thanks again for helping us out with the logo there. We appreciate it. Yeah, boy. So like I said, if you do want to stand in for lookalike, hit him up. He can show up some parties, definitely from there. But like I said,
George Lucas gets pretty high fees, so I'll take half of what he gets.
You don't have to go home, guys, but you can't stay here because we're about almost done. Anything you want to add in there, Bearded Barbarian, for the week that you got going on? Anything new that's going to be dropping? Anything coming up?
No, like I said, tomorrow I'm going to be opening some sodas. Hopefully you go check them out. I'm doing a bit of a chase roulette with about 6 sodas that just came in. So I'm going to do that. And then Saturday will be my giveaway video. So if you're new to the channel, just go over to last Saturday's video, say, hey, I want to get on the wheel. I make a wheel up, just pull in, record, and then see if your name pops up on the wheel. And, a lot of people have gotten to a lot of really fun stuff. And, it's a lot of fun. So we got some sodas and some pops and stuff like that on the pop stack to pick from. So.
And just remember, a roulette wheel, you can't do a chase roulette because the roulette wheel doesn't have legs. So it's kind of false advertising, guys. But that's what I always say. A roulette wheel doesn't have the legs, so you can't chase it. But
right.
I don't know. I got to figure it out. But Sassy,
we also have to tell them about our swap that you and I are both involved with, Mardi Gras Day. The 14 channels that are going to be dropping. Frog Prince and Melly Mel wasn't.
Oh,
just kicked me out, huh?
I'm swapping.
Yeah, there's a Mardi Gras swap box coming. All the 14 videos are going to be dropping on Tuesday, Mardi Gras Day, and so me and Eric are part of that. Frog Prince, geeking out with Melly Mel, the McDorks.
Wait, I got to send off my box. I think the post office is still open. I got to get my box out. Oh wait, is Frog Prince in here?
Yeah.
No, I sent my box. I sent it.
Oh, okay.
That's all right, Frog Prince. I got a barbarian bodyguard here, so you ain't getting in it up here. All right. But so we got swaps. We got things going on. Mama J's got a swap. There's a lot going on in the community, so check it out. Great time of the year. You got Valentine's Day, guys. So hey, Valentine's. Go hug your loved one.
Love someone.
Go tell. Now remember, my son said today, he said, Dad, why, what's the deal with Valentine's? Like you can tell anybody all day long, all year long that you love them. I said, son, the original Valentine's was, there was 2 guys named Valentine's that were executed because they sent love letters to ones that, it kind of originated from there. And then it all came into that commercial size. So we're celebrating the love and passion that they had back then. So, but hey, every day is Valentine's Day because in this community we send the love.
Spread the love, not hate.
Spread the love.
Love everyone, no hate.
So there we go, guys. We appreciate it. Thank you so much once again, guys. And like I said, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.